Good afternoon, everyone. I'm in the middle of making some chicken soup, and I felt like I needed to put some greenery in it. So I've just been down the river, and I collected some beautiful samphire here. See? So I'm going to spruce up my and this is like nice young shoots as well. So it's nice and palatable, soft. When it gets a bit old, it gets kind of woody. It's not very nice, but it's a very good green. It's a very good pot herb for, just a good green pot herb, right? It's saved Captain Cook's people from scurvy. They ate that a lot. I don't know exactly what. It's very salty. It's and it's succulent. It's a succulent. So anyway, it's very nourishing, and I'm going to put it in my soup. I'll just show you my soup. So it needed. So I'll just take the lid off there. So I'm just putting some. I've just done some chicken legs with some potatoes, some split peas, carrots, and celery, and I browned up the chicken with some chickpea flour. I use chickpea flour because I'm not real good just with the normal wheat flour. I just don't digest it very well. But anyway, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to chop that up, and I can watch and chop it up or whatever, right? So yeah, it's beautiful and refreshing out there this morning. So. Or this afternoon. It's afternoon now. So I'm just sort of lightly chopping those ones on the top because if you get too far down the stem, it gets that woody. So I'm just sort of like letting that sort of like drop away from the woody bits. Can you see? I'm just sort of like dropping that just gently, because that in there is like a stick. So I just sort of like chomp it lightly, and what comes off easily is the bits that we use because it hasn't gone woody yet. So yeah, you get the young ones. See, that's cutting easily, and then it gets to a bit where it doesn't. So there, see, so that's when it gets woody inside, and so I don't get that. I don't take that bit. So I just get all the endy bits. Right? And it's a salty, so it's instead of putting salt in your soup or your stew or whatever, you can add saltbush, get your greeneries, good pot herb, instead of adding salt. And you can just go down the bush and grab it, right? You don't have to buy it. It's a good nourishing replacement. People just see it as a scum. It grows in like rivers, on the edges of rivers and salt lakes. Generally where it's you've got rising salt. Like our rivers got very salty now. I don't know whether it would have been grown so much. Actually, there's not that much there. Down here, but like further southeast, like there seems to be more along the river. The couch grass sort of like grows it out a lot, it just wrecks a bit. But you can get saltbush from, samfire. It's called samfire. Sorry. And when it gets older, it grows up and it gets this nice red, that's what they call it, fire, I guess, sandfire. It goes really red. It's older and big. And it grows in like salt lakes, So there's nothing else growing. You can pretty much find this stuff anywhere. And it's a succulent too, so there's a lot of moisture in it. So if you're wandering around out there and in the salt lakes, and you haven't got a drink of water, you can chew on this as well. Although it's salty. gives us a good indication that there's plenty of minerals in there as well. Just sort of like crushing those ends where it gets a little bit woody, you know. It's quite good just throwing like this instead, you know, like not just in a pot herb, but just having it as is in a salad as well. You know, you can just eat it like that, right? Very, very salty though. So when you go and, you know, like when you're going out the bush camping and stuff like that, you know, you don't have to go and grab a whole, you know, like, you know, it saves you having to, you know, bring a whole lot of greens along and having a fridge and all that sort of shit. You can just, you know, just go out the bush and grab some greens. This time of the year too, though, there's lots of other greeneries you can eat as well. You know, a lot of the weeds that people spray, unfortunately, you know, like everyone sprays everything to death, used to be a whole lot more. But because everybody uses glyphosate, there's a lot of weed. You know, like when my kids were little, I didn't, you know, in the winter time, I never had to go and buy any greens. You know, there was enough weeds for that. You know, like things like dandelion and you know, flatweed and stuff like that. There's quite a lot of different greens that just grow. A lot of it introduced, you know, there's a lot of weeds that are introduced that are good eating, but you know, now we've got natural resource management, you know, having a war on weeds, they want to kill them with glyphosate, so you can't even just go out there and get any free weeds because they want to kill it all, right? It might not be native to the area, but it's still it's a good food source for us now. You know that we, you know, everything's so bloody expensive. So anyway, here you go. I'll chuck this in here. In the camera. There we are. So just put that in there. See, that's just giving us some nice bit of greenery. And a little bit more colour as well. So we'll just let that cook for some time more. And I reckon that's going to be pretty good. So I'll leave it at that and let you get on with your day.